And I decided to come here to Miami Central to kick off Education Month because you're doing what I challenged states to do shortly after I took office. And that's turning America's lowest performing schools around. This is something that hasn't received as much attention as it should, but it could hardly be more important to our country. You know, right now, there are about 2,000 high schools in America, about 12% of the total number of high schools in America, that produce nearly half of the young people who drop out of school. You got 2,000 schools, about half the dropouts come out of those 2,000 schools. And we know these schools are often found in rural areas or in big cities like Miami. Many of these schools have lots of Haitian Americans and African Americans, Latino and other minority students. And Miami Central used to be one of these schools. Used to. But it's important for us. It's important for us to remember where we've been so we know where we need to go. I mean, this used to be a place where the problems on the streets followed kids into the classrooms. It was hard for young people to learn, where the dream of college was out of reach for too many, where there was a culture of failure that brought everybody down. Now, turning around these schools isn't easy. A lot of people used to argue, well, all they need is more money, but money is not alone going to do the job. We also have to reform how things are done. It isn't easy to turn around an expectation of failure and make that into an expectation of excellence. In fact, it's one of the hardest things you can do. And there's always plenty of naysayers out there who will say it's not even possible, who say that turning around failing school means just throwing good money after bad, who say too many of these schools are beyond repair, who say we ought to give up on those schools and focus on places that have more breaks and have a little more going for them. Here's what I say. I say I am not willing to give up on any child in America. I say I'm not willing to give up on any school in America. I do not accept failure here in America. I believe the status quo is unacceptable. It is time to change it. And it's time we came together, just like Jeb and I are doing today. Coming from different parties, but we come together not as Democrats or Republicans, as Americans, to lift up all of our schools and to prepare students like you for a 21st century economy. To give every child in America a chance to make the most of their God-given potential.